right, everyone, here we are with ticker symbol IDEX, Ideanomics Inc. And before we jump into this chart, I want to say welcome to all the first-time viewers and investors. Welcome to the channel, Invest for Tomorrow. To all the subscribers, welcome back. And before we jump into this chart, I do want to announce the videos that I've been doing weekly for quite some time now, since back in like May or June. And we've been watching these videos and doing them weekly since that point forward, and I noticed a trend, and it has proven itself through the chart. Now, it doesn't mean that it guarantees you profit. It doesn't mean that you have to buy, sell, or hold anything in the S&P 500 index or the index itself. I'm not here to tell you to buy or sell and hold anything in the S&P 500 index, but I am here to share how it's actually been rising every single time these pump dates happen. So I do these videos weekly, and I think a lot of you are investors that are subscribed, and you look for these individual ticker symbols like we're about to talk about IDEX, and that's perfectly fine. And then you might be invested in more than one ticker symbol that I do, and it makes me very glad to know that I'm helping a lot of people watch these videos and inform them based off of what I see in the charts, and what's in their portfolios kind of correlates to some of the videos I'm doing, which is good. And you guys are able to watch them. And I respect those of you that, you're just coming to look at your one video because that's that one stock and so forth. And that's fine. That's completely fine. I respect that. But it's not about how many videos or one video or no videos that you watch. It's about the fact that a lot of you are really, how can I say it? Real viewers, right? You guys really view my videos, and you guys really jump in and dive into all these different videos, but you're missing one of the most important videos, I believe personally, because you're focused on individual ticker symbols that you're doing research on, which is completely fine. And then a lot of people are not even thinking about the overall market, right? Sometimes you're just focused in on these stocks, and some of these stocks have nothing to do with the S&P 500 index. And this is why I'm here to enlighten you guys a little bit more info on the S&P 500 index and how it's been reacting. And I don't know how much longer it could act this way. And it's been acting like that all year. And for as long as the Federal Reserve continues to pump the markets, there's an opportunity here. There's an opportunity here for every single investor. So let's go ahead and see here. Every time I circled, it's the times of the pumps. And you can see here on one of these pumps, it was actually at 35.77 and it rose up to 36.42. If you do the math, that's close to just about 60 to 70 points. Individual ticker symbols went up with it. They're rising anywhere from 30 cents upwards to $3 and sometimes even more. I just want you guys to be aware of what's going on here on these dates. These are the specific dates that I talk about. The 36.20 was here, and then it went all the way up to 36.78, 58 points, almost 60 points again. Here we saw a little bit less, 36.78, and it went up to 37.08. That was about 40 points. And today it almost rose 50 points, 36.53, all the way up to 36.94, which you can see here. It's like 47 points. But the whole point of the matter is that I do these videos weekly. We talk about the possibilities on Monday, right? How Monday's going to work out. We talk about it on Sunday. I do the videos weekly on the weekend. We talk about the possibilities on Monday and what's going to happen. So this last video, I talked about the possibility of coming down and leveling off and then bringing itself back up and kind of breaking even. We certainly see that, right? That's why I drew this line. I got to do the recap later once I do the next updated video. And we're going to watch how this continues to play the rest of the week and what's the possibility for Monday. There's other times that Monday, actually, it just drops down, right? And it brings itself back up almost to like a 1/4 or 1/3 of the gains. And on the date of the pump, it breaks through, actually re-evening with right where it left off and bringing itself up to newer highs. But the whole point of these pumps is to bring the stock market overall back up and keeping it kind of going in an upward direction slowly, as we could see, but stopping it from hitting those newer lows. Because almost every single time from one pump to the next pump, you can see that it kind of breaks even. Here, it kind of started falling. The next pump, it kind of broke even and broke a little bit higher. Here, we were kind of falling a little bit, kind of brought itself back up a little bit higher. And now it dipped. It brought itself back up in anticipation for this week. This was the end of last week. It fell, and now we broke even, and we need to see how it continues. But the whole concept and catch here for every single investor is that I don't want you guys to continue to overlook these videos and are not aware of these videos. Like, these videos are giving you guys all the information to be better equipped for every single week and next trading day. For as long as the Federal Reserve continues to pump the markets, I'm going to be able to do these videos. We're going to be able to look over it and kind of see what's going on overall, because it's very informational and very interesting that there's a correlation and a trend going on here. But I'm not here to tell you guys to buy, sell, or hold anything in particular. I'm just here to inform you guys and enlighten everyone on the great news that there's an opportunity to maximize profits and minimize losses. You got to do your due diligence. There's not a specific ticker symbol. There's 500 to choose from. But if the S&P 500 index is rising, I guarantee you there's individual ticker symbols rising up with it, because the S&P 500 is driven through those individual ticker symbols rising up with it. So very interesting. I hope you guys find those videos helpful and informative. If you hadn't seen that, or you weren't even aware of it and you're a subscriber or a viewer, I highly recommend checking it out. And I would love to see your comments down below for those of you that actually watch those videos or just came across it and you're like, wow, that's pretty interesting. I look forward to seeing that video. I look forward to seeing your guys' reaction and comments down below. So Idex, and I apologize for taking the time for that, but that's going to be a pretty valuable video for you guys, more than just one ticker symbol, and that's what I'm here for, and that's the whole point of the channel, and I want more of you guys to be aware of that. I think a lot of people are overlooking it because I title it the S&P 500 Index, chart analysis, and I'm not saying the Federal Reserve pump date. It doesn't say that, but I guess it doesn't draw much attention. The whole point is not about drawing attention. It's about making you guys more aware of that. So IDEX. IDEX is in a sideways movement. I don't use the indicators on here tremendously. I use a lot of different other sources, but it's been pretty interesting to see this in that sideways movement, staying above that 170 mark. And there's two ways this can go. It can hit newer lows because the bears take over, or the bulls are just waiting for that moment for this to gain exhaustion and just ramp up and bring this up and run. I mean, those are the only two things. And I wanted to look up real quick, right, the MACD. And the MACD, as you can see, is pretty subtle. It was slightly above the midway point for a little bit, and that's why we saw these runs here. But when you zoom out, I mean, we're just hanging out there. We're just hanging out there. So this has to cross something similar to this to have a run. Has to kind of get over it, stay above it, and work its way up to those highs. It's not just going to happen like whoop. It's going to take time. It's going to take time. It's going to take ups and downs and a lot of uncertainty there, right? Because that's how it works out. But something that I found interesting is that the technicals here, right? The summary right now for one day is saying buy. The moving averages are showing buy. And then the oscillators, I think, or oscillators, that's the correct pronunciation, I believe, is neutral. Now, when you go to 1 week, it says buy, and then it says a strong buy. And when you go to 1 month, it's saying buy, and a strong buy. I found that very, very interesting because it's basing it off of indicators and different moving averages and a whole bunch of different things going on in the chart. Behind the scenes, if you were to be able to just pop up all the indicators, and that's how it kind of does its technicals. I Ideanomics focuses on facilitating the adoption of commercial electric vehicles. I think that's a very big market, and I guess they're going to develop the next generation financial services for fintech products. I don't know too much about what they're trying to say by that, if you guys know more than me, but kind of read over this for a little bit. I've known a little bit about what Ideanomics actually participates in. So the whole scandal and bad news, I get it. But if this company is legitimate and there's other things going on that can kind of cancel out that negative news and kind of like fix that issue and kind of like just take it off the name of Ideanomics, right? Whatever things were going on when people were saying laundering of money and, you know, all this, you know, illegal stuff supposedly by directors or CEO or whoever was that person. I don't know exactly who it was that brought a bad name on Ideanomics. I think that once that passes through, and if this is a real company that has a real product, real innovation, and delivers and starts building revenue and net profits, this is going to start rising up. This is going to start going up. And then there's a lot of different speculation with like Ideanomics and Tesla, Ideanomics and so forth, and Ideanomics and other companies. I mean, that's more speculation than anything, but I mean, right now, based off the indicators, it's showing there's potential. And the fact that it's really quiet, like when I say quiet, it's really quiet. We're talking about 13 million in volume, and it's just moving sideways. It's just moving sideways, nothing crazy falling down, nothing crazy going up. I mean, there's potential here. But there's still a lot more to watch and see. It doesn't mean that because those technicals or because it's pretty quiet and it's sideways movement, you know, this could break through 170 any moment and hit newer lows. Or it could start to work its way up. So let's see here our new support. This is the lowest point reached. It was almost touched early on the day, yesterday. And we're going to see here our new resistance and support. This is a pretty narrow stretch based off the chart. The chart actually has been in a zigzag, tug of war, up and down, leading to level off in bearish territory. So the 50-day moving average is 188. Our support is 182. So if 182 gets broken through, I pay very close attention to it. And then we got down here 178, which is one of the most nearest term, low term falls. And then back here is that 170 mark. So 178 is the midpoint between 182 and 178 as the next support levels. So if 182 gets broken through, pay very close attention to how the stock is reacting, how quickly is it moving to newer lows, and moving down further into bearish territory. I want every single investor to be aware of that and pay very close attention to it, because we're already in bearish territory, and breaking through support just means we're getting deeper and deeper further down into bearish territory to hit new lows and new support levels. We're currently at 186, and this resistance level is pretty important. It's only a cent away, and we're only 2 cents away from the 50-day moving average. So if resistance gets broken through, the bulls definitely need to turn that into a support, work their way to 188, break through that, and their next point of reference would be up here at 194. This will start to pull them away from the 50-day moving average deeper into bullish territory. So 194 is much more important than 188 and 187. But before getting to 188 and 197, right? To 194, excuse me, it has to break through 187, turn that into a support, and work its way up to newer highs and new resistance levels. As always, if you found this video helpful and informative, please do so and subscribe. Don't forget to click on the bell to turn on all notifications and not miss a single video that I post. Share this with your friends and community, and don't forget to hit the like button to let me know you watched this video. Thank you guys so much for watching, and let's make some money.